Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best Sova Recon arrow spots on Ascent. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you all so much for the support lately. And if there is any specific agent guide you want to see from me, then be sure to leave a comment down below. I'm always looking to make videos on agents I haven't covered before. So starting off on attacking side here, for attacking a site, this is a great arrow for getting information to see if someone is pushing more aggressively from a site into a main. And all you want to do is line up into the corner here while the barrier is still up. It makes it a little bit easier. Then once the barrier goes down, you do a 1 bounce full charge arrow above this dark spot on the wall like this. And it will land on top of the wall here, scanning anyone who is pushing out from a site into a main, getting aggressive like this. So the next air lineup, once again outside of a main, and all you want to do is walk into this corner right here next to the box, aim at this corner of the roof, and move your crosshair to the right until it's in line with this tip of the crack in the sky. So like this. Then do a 1 bar of charge shot. This will land back here, scanning behind the generator and scanning basically the entire site except heaven and right here next to the generator. But if someone is playing an angle like this, then you are going to catch them out anyway once you push out of a main. Alternatively, from the same spot, if you know that nobody is playing behind generator, what you can do is aim at this tip of the white crack in the sky right here and do 1 bar of power. And it will land heaven, scanning heaven and a good portion of the site. Obviously, it won't cover behind the generator here, but this is the only area that it won't cover other than hell, obviously. So next up, for attacking mid from bottom of Catwalk here, your detail quality needs to be on at least medium for this. Move into the corner next to the green box, and all you want to do is aim at this dark spot here on the wall and move your cursor to the right until it's in line with this corner of this dark spot here. So like this. And do 1 bounce with 2 bars of power. As you can see, it lands on top of the gate here, covering both of these corners right here. Obviously, this arrow will cover up mid here, but it won't cover pizza and it won't cover into market, but it will cover up to about here of mid. And if you know that people have been playing pizza in mid a lot, what you can do is walk into this corner here, aim at this tip of the rift in the sky, and do 1 bar of power, and the arrow lands right at pizza, and it will scan into market if anyone is in here like this, peeking like this. And obviously, if there's anyone in this cubby right here, it will scan them. Now, it doesn't scan bottom mid right here, but that is just an alternative to the other one that does scan bottom mid. So the first arrow for B site will scan the back part of site as well as the stairs. So if anyone is playing at the staircase near the connector, and all you want to do is walk into this corner here, aim at this window in the little opening that you have, just like this, and shoot a full charge arrow through. So you can see it lands on the wall back here, and it will cover people playing on site and if anyone is playing this angle right here. So the next arrow is from the same spot and actually aiming just at the lower part of this window, like right about here at the light part. Doing 1 bounce and a full charge just like this. And the arrow will bounce off the wall and land at this wall here, scanning this cubby here. This arrow will also scan anyone playing on this platform here or playing in market like this. So this is just a great alternative arrow, especially if you know that they aren't playing back there, but they're playing more in this cubby or more in market. Another great arrow spot for B is in this corner right here in B main. And all you want to do is aim to the left of the face of the giraffe, just like this. A full charge arrow. The arrow will land right next to the sign, scanning this whole area of B site. This arrow even covers this corner of shed here, which is why I really like it. So now moving on to good defending arrows, and the first one for A site here is good for getting off spawn information. And all you want to do is stand in this corner right here, aim at the corner of this roof like this with a full charge arrow. And it will scan everyone in A main, including anyone in the cubby right here, but it won't scan people if they are behind this box like this. Everywhere else in the spawn here or in A main, it covers. Once again, that's a good early information arrow, but if you do it often, it will probably get shot out. So the next arrow for A is a pretty simple one. All you want to do is stand in the corner right here, and you just want to aim at the left orange planter like this. And you can either do a no bounce arrow like this that will land on this wall of A main, or if you want to change it up, you can do one bounce and it will land just on the opposite wall. And the whole idea with arrows like that is to save them for later in the round to try and get information. For example, if the enemy team is walking up just like this, an arrow like that later into the round will catch them off guard and could alert you to if they are setting up and execute. So now for mid defending arrows, I honestly don't think there's anything too crazy you should be going for here. You can do something really simple, such as aiming at this blue wall at max power. This will scan all of Catwalk here and into a lobby. And the other arrow is just aiming at this orange wall right here, like this. And this will obviously scan all of this mid link right here. Once again, both of those are pretty simple arrows, but assuming they don't get shot out, they should give you some pretty good early information. So for B site, the first arrow I like is for right outside of B main to try and get some early information. And what you want to do is line up on the wall just like this and aim to the left of this bar just above the bottom of the window with a full charge one bounce arrow just like this. Shoot, and it will land right at the entrance of B main, obviously scanning into B main as well as anyone out here in the attacker's spawn. Like I said, good for getting early info if it doesn't get shot out, but if that arrow does continue to get shot out, what you can do is shoot an arrow like the one for A main, except for this time B main. What you want to do is walk into this corner here, aim a full charge arrow right about this spot to the right of this bar and above the window, just so it can get through the window. And it will land right here. It will cover anyone walking up B main like this. So once again, this is good for getting information later into the round, trying to catch enemies off guard who may have been already setting up for a push onto B site. And if there is anyone trying to be sneaky and set up and execute on B, this arrow will force them to either run into this corner right here, which will leave them exposed to market, or it will force them to shoot it. So like I said, you should be using this arrow in B main and the similar one over in A main later into the round to try and get information before you think you might be getting executed on. So guys, this was my first Sova arrows video. If you want to see more Sova videos, then let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more Valorant guides like this, then be sure to subscribe.